What's going on, Meta fam? In today's video, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to go over that Roger James Hamilton YouTube video. We got some clips from that, and we're going to watch a little bit of that as well. But before we get into that, I got to talk about this here. A huge shout out to Power of Envision, which is Mark Seneca, says you can Google MMTLP fraud, and it shows this here. MMTLP was delisted, robbing. Sorry, I'm getting notifications down here. MMTLP was delisted, robbing MMTLP investors of their money right in front of their eyes. The delisting protected hedge funds from having to close their short positions right before shares of MMTLP stock began to rise or squeeze. Retail investors are naming the MMTLP scandal one of the biggest Wall Street frauds in financial history. And that's what comes up. And then Brenda here says MMTLP is a crime scene penetrated by FINRA fraud. The evidence is right here. All you have to do is release the blue sheets. 65,000 investors have had their brokerage accounts frozen and looted for over 160 days and counting. I could not agree anymore. Trading Secrets Alley here posted, trending in the UK, FINRA, MMTLP, and bull market. I believe our voices are being heard and the nefarious actors are panicking like never before. We will not be silenced and we will be heard. SEC and Congress, your actions will determine the future of free and fair markets. And here is the screenshot of FINRA, MMTLP, and the bull market. So there you go, guys. Trending over there in the UK. All right. Huge shout out here to Liz Huffman. She has a couple clips here we're going to listen to that she took from this call as well. Let's listen to this first one here.
I remain optimistic, and the reasons are threefold. One, that's just the way I am. My resolve is steadfast. Wes is as well, and his entire team. But more importantly, everybody who's an MMTLP shareholder has joined together and are going to fight. And we're not going to stop until there's a resolution, which is going to be great for the MMTLP shareholders and great for the market in general. I remain.
So there you go. Berta says he remains optimistic, and he's not going to stop till there's a resolution for the MMTLP shareholders, and it should be good. So there was that part. Let's go to this one here. And this is Mr. Wes Christian talking.
I'm going to do these cases because it's financial fraud on America. It's financial terrorism on America. It's financial terrorism on the world until I frigging die. Okay. So it's just that simple. It's an Alamo kind of deal with me, like it is with John Berta. Okay. So come and take it. Okay. Because basically, we're not quitting unless I'm in a box. Okay, so that's kind of how we feel about it. You know, I'm going to do.
So there you go. There is that post as well. Now here is the actual video on YouTube. You can check this out on Roger James Hamilton. I wanted to listen to this part here from Mr. Mark Basile. I felt it's very interesting. This last 10 minutes had a lot of interesting talks in it, and you may even hear some of those clips. So let's get to listening to what is said here.
I don't have the data to lead me to the direction of what the end game could possibly be. Would I like to see them open trading and have the markets naturally resolve this according to their criteria? Yeah, I would love it because everybody, people think they're owed $4,000 a share or $10 a share or whatever. More power to them. I hope they get everything they want or they expect out of this. I'm not in the position to settle for them. I represent one client. I'm going after data. Once we have the data, that may change in some form or fashion. I don't know. May team up with Wes and Alan, may team up with other firms. But I do want to speak to one thing. And it's what you mentioned earlier, Roger, something that you've experienced. I've dealt with dozens and dozens of CEOs that are worried that if they pick up the fight, they'll never get funding again. But like you said from the very beginning, there are two types of everybody. They're the good people and the bad people. And unfortunately, the bad people have established a stake in the overall market. So say, hypothetically, JNS has 3 or 4, funds that are in there. Say they're unregistered dealers, but those same funds are in 40 other NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange stocks. So your firm is a microcosm of a bigger problem, and as Wes and John were alluding to, I personally think shorting should not be allowed because that right off the bat creates an uneven playing field to the retailers, right? And then just like you see how much money you can make on shorting, well, I can make more money if I naked short. Or there are people who don't want to play by the short rules and will go in a naked short. And they kind of disguise themselves. They fit right into the volume. It's very hard to peel that banana back. So as we're drilling up and Wes is drilling down, I really suspect that this is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar issue that's going to rear its head in the next 6 to 7 months. And I'm not sure what a resolution will look like. Maybe the resolution is trying to make people whole, open the trading for MMTLP, but at the same time change the rules by which these registered brokers play by to make it a more even playing field.
Okay, and now I wanted to share this part from back in the beginning of it because Mr. Wes Christian said before about the motherlode of all naked short shares, and like, was it MMTLP? Was it not MMTLP? Well, we do get the official answer here in this video. Yes, it was MMTLP, and let's hear how they talk about that here in this clip.
I'm gonna come over to Wes next, and I totally agree. It's incredible just how much pressure has been put in multiple fronts. With Wes famously said on our investor call that we had in January when we first said to the investors, "Look, this is what we believe is happening," that there was a motherlode of shares that we were going to be seeing, which was relating to MMTLP. And actually, it was after like hearing all of the things that Wes has been doing and the way he goes about doing it, and us going down that pathway, that then John, you then shared together with Wes that you were one of the first investor groups, because obviously CEOs, companies are trying to take action, but to actually for you to come together when you're no longer the CEO of Torchlight and to be saying, right, we're going to be funding this ourselves. To basically track and to solve this, which was amazing. Wes, I would love you to share with everyone a potted history of how you got to this point and all the different pieces along the way, because obviously you were involved all the way from the very, very first cases on naked shorting and what's been happening here.
Yeah, so I think we discovered this actually, in 2000. We being John O'Quinn, who was a bit.
So there you go, confirmed that the motherlode of naked shares was MMTLP. So, yeah, that is all I got for you all in today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please smash thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below. I love and appreciate every single one of you all. Peace.